What's up, traders? One trade today on CLR, a little bit sloppy, but let's get to it. All right, guys, again, I'm sorry didn't get the first entry here on CLR. We're in 50 shares at 38.21. Kind of testing out the new strategy a little bit. We're going to go ahead and set a limit here at 55 to add another 50. Looking for this to possibly go up over 39. All right, so we got filled there, that 38.55 on CLR. So she's still going. We actually got 38.61. So we'll be looking to add over 39 for 100 shares if it gets up there. This is part of the new strategy. You know, we're trying to find holes, but we're also trying to find ways to tweak it and make it even better. So we got a limit order in here at 39.15. Seeing if she'll fill. We're actually on the ask, kind of. Okay, it dropped down below us. Did not get filled. Looking like she might not want to get any higher, so we're going to take this off. And we're going to go ahead and just get in. 38.99. All right, back. Just got back. Sorry, had to run him over there real quick. So we're going to try to get our ad here over 50, 52. Okay, we didn't get filled there. I'm going to be frustrated if we miss this. Don't really want to necessarily chase it down, see if she'll come back up. The spread's a little crazy too. That was our ad there over 50. It's a little frustrating because that kind of puts us in a bad spot with our average still down there at 38.70. All right, so we're looking for the sloppy seconds here. She did get down towards our average. It's looking like she's rejecting 39 again. So we're going to take it here. We got 38.94 or 200 shares. And the reason we did 200 shares is because we kind of confirmed that we did hit the top up there over like 39.50. So we're looking for this to kind of be the little bit of a bounce off VWAP. We could have got out break even negative after commissions when she did go down there. As you can see, we had the line drawn there, so we were kind of expecting this bounce. But we're kind of looking for this to be sloppy seconds. And we have a previous resistance line from earlier on the daily, as you can see. But we're going to just kind of let this go and see what the sloppy seconds does and kind of form its lower high. And we're going to go from there. All right. So we wanted 400 shares here, but we can only do 300 due to buying power. So we're kind of putting ourselves in a spot, but we're not fighting the front end of this. So we're kind of confident. We're looking to add as close to the top here of the sloppy seconds, which we're going to go ahead and just watching. We're going to take it here, 39.14. And what we're going to do is we're going to set a stop right here at the high of this sloppy seconds. So if she decides to try to come down a little bit towards like 39 and hold, and then she goes back over the high of sloppy seconds, that would be our stop. And that's the way that we're going to get this risk management down. As far as the reason we were looking to add 400 shares there, but it ended up being 300, is because, again, we're confirming that we're kind of, making a lower high. We're kind of trying to get back down there towards VWAP and maybe make a move down. And that's the idea. That's what we're counting on here. We're counting on this to be the sloppy seconds play, and we're going to look to kind of scale out when we get down there. So our average is at 38.95.7, 14286, and we're just going to go from there. This trade obviously could have been a lot better. We missed that ad up top. I mean, this would have been a completely different trade. We would have been out of this trade right now. But if this does come back down towards that support line again and VWAP, this should still end up being a pretty good trade. All right, so we got we're getting under our average here. We got our order in the cover 400 at 85. That got filled at 85. We'll look to probably just take the rest of these right by VWAP. We'll probably just look to take them at 75. We've got 300 shares left, so that'll give us an extra 10 cents on the remaining 300 shares. Just kind of seeing what she does here. I don't want it to bounce a little early. She tried to kind of do that before. We'll put it at 75 here and see what she does. It's looking like she's still weak. She's going to probably try to test VWAP here. This is one of them ones where we did kind of mess it up, so we're not trying to be too greedy and go through VWAP. Okay, and we got filled there, 300 shares. So $105. Nice. Not exactly how I wanted to play this, but it worked out, so I'm not going to be upset. All right, traders, so as you can see, that was my trade on CLR. Just kind of going over it real quick. It actually wasn't a horrible trade. I'm going to actually just zoom in a little bit. And we did get in a little bit early. You know, she was getting a little bit extended. We had it was a pretty quick pop over 38. And sorry I didn't get that on video. Another chaotic morning. And I literally am on hopefully 2 hours of sleep. I ended up going upstairs around like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up at 6 every morning. So I don't even know, when I fell asleep. But needless to say, we came into today with the idea that we want to start scaling into the positions with a lot less size than like 1/3 of our position. So like in this case, say we wanted our total share size to be, 500, we could cut that in half to 250 and then cut that in half to 175 or I cannot do math right now. 175. I was right the first time. No, that's not right. Okay, I need to go take a nap. 125. Holy crap. My mind is just blank right now. Which is a clue that you probably shouldn't be trading when you're like this, by the way. But anyways, 125 and then divide that in half. So you're basically taking half of a half of a half. And so to me, 50 was kind of my minimum that I was going to start with, because if I do get the top there, I want it to be enough shares to where it's going to work for me. So we got our second ad there over the 38.50. We were just using the key mark of the $0.50. And then again, we were looking for this 39 break, and she did get over it, and we tried to get in at 39.15. Didn't get it, and we kind of felt like she was coming back down, and my son had to go to the bathroom real quick, so I had to run and do that. And obviously I knew this wasn't going to be like OCX and take off on me, so I felt okay getting up. I'd need to stop doing it, but I did kind of have a stop in mind. If I came back and saw it there, I was just going to have to get out if I did. And again, I was still in small size at that point. I was only in 200 shares, so it wouldn't have been, breaking the bank, and I was okay with getting up for a second. However, we came back, and it was up there above that 39.50 area, and we wanted to get the ad, and we tried to get in as it was coming back down at 52, and we didn't get filled, and we just watched this whole move go down. So we missed our 200 share ad that we wanted. If we would have got that over this 39.50, look how perfect this trade would have been. It would have came right back down to VWAP. She hit a low of 38.59 there. That would have had our average up over 39, and it would have been a great trade. However, we didn't get it, so we kind of transformed our plan. We said, okay, we're expecting this bounce off of the support line that we had drew on the daily, as well as VWAP was right there. So we were looking for this to come up and start sloppy seconds. She had her move up, she's coming down, and we're looking for that bouncy ball sloppy seconds move. It happened really slow, but and we got in our 200 shares. It kind of felt a little toppy there at 39, looking like that might be where she wants to reject to come back down, but she ended up going through. So we waited until, just like here, we were waiting to try to feel the top, and when we felt that she was pretty much done, she made her high here at 39.25. So we could have drew a line here at 25 right there. And as it was coming down, we jumped in for the remaining. We wanted the 400 shares, but we didn't have enough buying power for 39.14. So we're scaling in fuller size based on the fact that it's doing what we wanted it to do. It's starting at sloppy seconds, and now it's starting to finish it. So right when we hit the button here at 39.14 for the 300 shares, this line right here becomes our stop. So we'd be looking to get out anywhere between 39.26 and 39.30. That would be, obviously we'd see it going over, with it being a little bit spready. you're probably going to get, not the best of fills. So you're probably going to get closer to that 39.30 as you see it. Like if this started curling up and going over, you're kind of waiting for the bid to confirm that you are going to indeed go over. And so that's usually how you get a bad fill, because it's usually spready at that point. But as you can see, she never tested that, and that was the plan. Our loss at that point, I'd have to go check the video, but I think it would have been like right around what my max loss is of $200. Again, that comes with scaling in and managing the trade as we were going. And sure enough, she comes back down, and as she's testing VWAP again, we got out the majority of our shares on the 39 flush down at 38.85, and then we decided to try to get a little bit closer to VWAP with the remaining 300 shares, and we squeezed an extra $30 out of it for 10 more cents at 38.75, which gave us the average of 38.80 for all 700 shares. And as you can see, it ended up being the right call because she bounced right off VWAP there, and she continued to trend upwards, and she's actually headed back up for, it looks like, a pretty good rest of the day. Got a lot of volume here later in the day, and these moves happen towards the bell, and a lot of times they'll make these little moves back down because that's just what you see on a daily basis. A lot of stocks do these. Every once in a while you'll get them where they'll come up and they'll make this bounce and they won't come back down. But again, we had a plan in motion if it did, and so that's that. We ended up making $105. That puts us at, where does that put us? $131.96. I was just looking up here at the buying power, because remember, we're assuming that the buying power is correct, but down here where it says 15,065.98, that would actually be 5,065.98. Also not sure why it says 65. Maybe it's just because it has to clear per se, but I figured on paper it wouldn't have to do that. So not a bad trade considering. It didn't really go as planned, but we managed it as it was happening, and it worked out for us. So sometimes you have to kind of go with it and, make a plan within the plan, and that's why you have a bunch of what ifs. When this came down, I actually, before even, when I was going through this strategy in my head, the last couple of weeks, trying to figure out how to make it better, one of the what ifs is, what if you do miss that top ad and she flushes? And to me, it's like, well, if I can't get out of the trade for a decent profit because I was in too early, the what if is, attempt to play the sloppy seconds. And that's what I did. So I'm actually very happy with the trade overall. Just a little, upset with missing the easy ad that we should have had, and just as far as being a little bit distracted and then not checking my buying power correctly. That's a little frustrating. Could have been a bigger winner. Probably shouldn't even have been in at this share size, but at this point, again, it was kind of confirmed. So we were looking for this to kind of keep its downtrend at this point. We weren't really fighting the front end of it anymore like we were over here. So with that, guys, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Always appreciate the support. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.